12:02 in Edmonton. Good afternoon. Hope you're doing well on this Wednesday. Tom Gazzola, YouTube Trev with you. Right here on the Oil Stream. Thank you, Hernan Salas. Made that music down. Very nice. Very nice. The Oil Stream presented by Boston Pizza, where we will be tonight. Boston Pizza, Clairview for the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pre- and post-game show. Come join us in the lounge. It's going to be great. We're going to hang out with Jason and Lisa. They have that 170-inch screen in the lounge. Trev.
I says, pardon?
I 170.
Holy crap.
It is massive.
Damn.
Massive.
Oh. Hey, Tommy.
Massive. Whoa.
That's a big TV, Tommy. That was a big TV.
It is a huge TV. It's crystal clear. It is fantastic. And great prizes are going to be available.
Yes.
And there's also going to be, last time, I didn't talk to Jason yet, but 2 sets of tickets were given away. Atif actually walked away with a set of tickets last time out.
Yes, he did.
Cal in the Park and Sarah won a Blue Jays prize pack last time out.
Atif invited me to go to those games.
Oh, did you go with him?
I unfortunately didn't.
Oh.
But that was very nice that he offered.
That is very nice.
Yeah. No, there's great gifts that they hand out. And Tommy, you do a great job. I remember every single time I've gone to one of them, I'd be like, like in the intermissions there, you're like, yeah, how's it going? I'm Tom Gazzola. Man, I can't do that. Do you get nervous? Do you get nervous doing that?
No, it's fun.
I've really, this is fine now, being in camera. I like it. Obviously, it, when you first start out, it's like, whoa. But the live stuff, like in person, the Estes, that got me, man.
Really?
Well,
you got to do it at some point.
But the second year, I was like, no, I did it last year. It was fun. I had a lot of fun. I cried. But this year, I'm like, no, I'll be great. And then I was sitting with Hernan and Luciano right before we went up there, and I was like, oh gosh, this is not good. So I get nervous doing those, but you handle it like a pro.
Thank you. I appreciate that. That's very nice of you.
Yeah, you're very welcome.
Thank you, Trevor. Your check's in the mail. By the way, they have launched the holiday menu at BP.
How was that?
It is delicious. Stuffed crust matzo sticks with the vodka dipping sauce. Yeah. So good. They have garlic shrimp, mac and cheese, the crispy chicken vodka penne. I still have some of that at home.
Nice.
Big thank you to Chris and the crew at BP Nemeo.
Yes.
The other day when we were there, Dusty and I, in the afternoon. It was so good. Pepperoni stinger pizza. They have the little pepperonis.
The best.
They're so good. Prosciutto and mushroom pizza. That was phenomenal. They've got the pepperoni stinger pizza in the pan form. You get the pan version.
Pan with was that the honey hot?
The honey hot. It's so good.
Yeah.
And then they also have the rib and wing duo, and then the lava cake,
nice.
Which we also had, and it was so good at the end of the show. And if you love vodka sauce, this menu is great. The holiday feature menu. I'm glad I rattled off that song properly.
Yeah, no, you crushed it.
Lava cake.
Yeah, that was good. I was getting an activation on Monday when you guys were listing off the food items.
Yes.
Like, oh, that sounds good.
It was good.
And you guys were tag teaming between taking bites of food.
Yeah, I know.
Was funny.
I feel weird about that.
This one.
All right, now I'm going to read some text. You have a bite, and because you're doing the show, but you're hungry, and they're showing you the new menu. Yeah, you want the food hot. It was great. Shout out to Mo and a couple of nasties. The ladies showed up, which was great. And it's always nice to see people on location. So come on out tonight, BP Clairview, if you want to join us.
Yes.
Take advantage of the holiday menu, game day specials. And then Saturday, we're going to be at BP Westgate.
Baby.
Come join us. Joaquin will be on for that show. And he's going to be coming to the Westgate location, 170th and 90th Avenue, and he'll be there with me and hopefully a bunch of nasties as well. Curtis and Tony do a phenomenal job. Lots of great prizing available for those on locations as well. We're also going to be at Hudson's for pre and post game coming up on the 19th.
Let's go.
We're busy, boys.
That's awesome.
And we love being on location. We love seeing the nasties, so come on out if you want to take advantage of some great game day specials and come hang out with your crew and your fellow nasties. It's a lot of fun. Okay, it is a game day tonight, Trev. Mm-hmm. The Oilers do kick off a 7-game road trip in Philadelphia. They're in action again tomorrow against Columbus in Columbus. We're going to have Steve Mears on the pregame show. We're going to go over what we saw on Saturday and Friday. I'm curious to hear, Saturday and Monday, pardon me. I'm curious to hear what you think about the Oilers' performances over the last couple of games and where they're at right now. Obviously, a lot to be desired from them. Hasn't been particularly great. And I also want to get input from our audience, whether you're listening on iHeart, TuneIn, Apple, wherever you're listening live. Text us 780-218-9999. If you're watching on YouTube, get into the nasty chat. We're going to try to get to as many texts as we can throughout the show. But Trev, how did you feel after Saturday's ass kicking? Oh, no, that's the one. Ooh, you suck. That's the one I wanted to hit. And then I don't know if they totally redeemed themselves. I don't even think you can say that, but they got the win against Columbus on Monday. Oh, that music's still playing. Okay, go ahead. What do you think?
They got some points on Monday, which was, I was talking. Well, we'll get into it. Was that a must win? I don't know, but you got to have that one. You have to.
It was a must respond.
Yeah, absolutely. And luckily, literally, they barely got that one. Jake Wellman. Oh, that was just a lucky goal. You take it. Saturday, I remember I was excited, man. 3 days off, if I'm not mistaken, the Oilers, or was it 2 days off? But
3 days between games.
Yeah. And we've heard it all now, but you got Nathan McKinnon, you got Cale Makar, you got Leon Draisaitl and Connor McDavid. Hockey fans and just, people, they look at the calendar and they circle that game. They do. Mm-hmm. Fans drive in from all over to go see that one. And I can honestly say, this is no surprise, that was the worst loss I've ever seen. That was a historically bad loss. It was tied for the worst loss in franchise history at home. Yes. I remember the last time they got their butt whooped, and I was 10. It was 2009, right? January 27th, yeah. 10-2. They lost to Buffalo, and I remember, that was tough. And then I remember going to school the next day, and I'll never forget this, but in a matter of, it was the next day, if not, it was the day after that. But my teacher, Flames fan, I was in grade 5, I believe, but there was just already a parody song made, just Oilers suck, they lose 10-2, and he played it for the whole class. So I'm like, I never want to go through this again. And luckily, it was over 10 years before I'd seen just a absolute butt whooping like that again. But yeah, just not good, man. I made a video earlier in the year on my channel just saying right now, I think Nathan McKinnon is the best player in the world. I'm not saying, is he the better player? That's up for debate. Obviously, a lot of people would say, no. Connor McDavid's the best player.
No, he's not.
Is he better? Is he playing better than Connor McDavid right now? I think you could say yes, he is.
Yeah, that's fair.
12 points in his last 3 games. And I said this before, but the night before that game, Friday, Macklin Celebrini, Connor Bedard, they're just, they're right there, first and second in league scoring. I'm like, I said this on the morning show, but the next day I tweeted, I'm like, I feel like this game tonight, McDavid's going to be like, hold my beer, kids, watch what I can do. And I tweeted that out, and then
he did score.
He did score, which was nice. It was nice to see him shooting, which we'll talk about that as well. But it's in the past. It was terrible. It was embarrassing. If you're a fan, you're just like, what the heck? The worst part, I loved what Belzy said right off the top, was just no give a crap. None. Like nothing. And None. I think that's what frustrated me the most, man, because I imagine the leadership, they were pretty animated after the game.
Well, I was told that Connor shredded everybody in the room after.
And I didn't know. Yeah. So, but when I heard that, Tommy, I'm just like, I hope that he includes himself in that as well. Like takes responsibility, because part of being the captain, you got to look at everyone, but you got to look at yourself as well. Yeah. And I hope he ripped the team, but I hope he also said, man, I got to be better, because I'm sorry, like you lead by example. Yeah. And there was none of that game, man.
Not that game, certainly, right? A lot of hanging heads and
it was done. He was done. I'm done.
But on Monday, he did lead by example.
Yes. And How refreshing was that, man? When was the last time? I mean, it was he was shot out of a cannon. And I guess you could say that was the case for Avalanche, against the Avalanche. But in the first 5 minutes, he looked great. And then whatever happened. But I thought McDavid, you saw it firsthand. He had a lot of good first rushes. And he was skating with the puck. And you're like, oh, I remember this guy. I know that he can do this. And then in the third period, you just kind of sit back and you're like, there's the captain. There's the best player in the world. There's Connor McDavid. And, I asked the question to you, do you think we could expect McDavid shooting more now that he's getting results? Now
Hopefully.
that he went three goals in his last 2, 4 goals in his previous 15. So I certainly hope that's a shakeup for him. He's like, you know what, maybe I'll just take matters into my own hands and just start shooting and start gripping and ripping, because heading into the season, that's what a good chunk of the Oilers fans were really looking forward to, was seeing McDavid, reach that 40, 50 goal,
threshold that he usually is automatic for.
Yes.
Last year being the outlier, him only scoring 26 despite having a very strong offensive season, but a lot of assists last year. Yeah, I expected him to shoot more. But they still pass up great A lanes to shoot and take opportunities, and they don't. They still pass them up, which is super, super frustrating, I think, from an Oilers standpoint. If you're a fan of the team and covering them too, you're just like, why didn't you shoot that? We sit up there in the why didn't you shoot it? You have a great lane. Shoot it. You have a great shot. Why don't you take that shot? It's
weird.
It's dumbfounding.
You're asking those questions, and then after the game, he's saying, "No, we got to capitalize on those chances." And so it's like, when does that start? And hopefully it starts now, because that was the best I think McDavid has played all year. Would you argue that?
Yeah,
I think for sure. And it was just so refreshing to see vintage McDavid, if you will.
Here's this text that comes in, 780-218-9999. Get into the nasty chat. And the point totals for McDavid and Draisaitl, they are there. But this texter says, McDavid leads the team in points. What do you mean lead by example? I'll say this. To me, the way that they have played, Connor, Leon, they have gotten the points, but there's a hollowness to it.
Yeah.
And if I say that, I think that's what we mean.
Yeah, I think that's fair enough. And yes, he does. But I tell you, those points could be up quite a bit, in my opinion, just based off what we've seen from him in prior years. And sometimes it's not on the score sheet. I feel like he is a captain at times, mainly in the playoffs, where he can, start being physical. But maybe that's what I mean more so, is lead by example. You see no one really laying bodies and, being physical at all. Well, maybe Connor can start doing that. And so that's, if he's not scoring, maybe play a little bit more physical as well.
780-218-9999. Jump into the nasty chat as well. This text says, McKinnon and Draisaitl have both been better than McDavid for the past year. I think he peaked in the 23-24 season. I would never, ever say he peaked, and I would never, ever say anybody's better than him, because that guy is a different evolution. He's the next evolution of hockey player. But to each their own. It's subjective. I really think that when he wants to be the best player, he is the best player. It's just in his mind where he can flick on the switch or turn it off. And in my opinion.
Yeah, no, that's fair. I go back to, I think he is the best player in the world right now, but I don't think he's playing like the best player in the world.
No, there's guys whose performances have been
better than him as
McKinnon,
of late.
one of them.
For sure. And but I also go back on what has he been able to do in the playoffs in the last 2 years, like break records.
Mm-hmm.
His regular seasons haven't been as good as you could say Leon's, as McKinnon for sure, Kucherov even.
Yeah.
But in the playoffs, I mean, it's no comparison. He's just God mode. He just brings it up, and it's...
Why can't he do it in the cup final? I'm just kidding.
It is,
although I do wonder that.
It is a question.
That's a valid question.
When I drive home on sad, depressing days.
Lonely nights.
Yeah, like why? Why not, Connor? Games... Oh, yeah, anyway. But
all right.
No, that is a good point. We'll get into... I want to get your thoughts on the Hockey Hall of Fame as well at the end of the show.
Okay.
I'm just curious
we can do that.
if you've ever been a fan of that. But look ahead to tonight, the Philadelphia Flyers, the Rick Tocchet-led Flyers that are in a playoff spot.
Yes, it is November 12th, keep in mind. So
they're in a playoff spot, Tommy.
So San Jose today. I mean, yes, they certainly are. And that is a fact. Can't deny that. All right, you can text us. I saw Penner's Pancakes say, what are the lines for the Oilers? Well, Penner's Pancakes, Bob Stauffer from the Oilers tweeted this out from practice today. McDavid with Savoy and Mangiapane, Draisaitl with Podkolzin and Roslovic, Henrique between Howard and Frederick, Philp between Janmark and Lazar on defense, Ekholm with Bouchard, Nurse with Wallman, Kulak with Emerson. Stu Skinner is your starter for the Oil. At the other end, you're going to see Sean Couturier with Trevor Zegras and Matvei Michkov, Noah Cates between Tyson Forster and Bobby Brink, Christian Dvorak with Owen Tippett and Travis Konechny, Rodrigo, I think it's Abels. I would have to double check that. I haven't really watched a lot of the Flyers this year, with Nick Delorier and Garnet Hathaway. That's a rough and tumble line. On defense, Cam York with Travis Sanheim, Nick Seeler with Jamie Drysdale, and then Emil Andre with Noah Juleson in goal tonight for Philly. Just 4 games on the slate. You're going to see Dan Vladar.
Former Calgary Flame.
Yeah.
Dan Vladar.
That's right.
Yeah.
So he gets the nod against Stu Skinner. So lineup looks the same as the other night.
Yeah.
Belzy and Joaquin were having a great conversation here earlier when Belzy stuck around after the hangout.
The boys.
And he was talking about all the heat that Darnell Nurse has been taking. And he pointed out one of the goals the other night. And he goes...
The second goal.
And he goes, people are just dumping all over Darnell. And he's like, I had to go back and watch it and realized it's actually Jake Wallman's fault on that goal.
Who said that? Belzy?
Belzy. And then you go back, you watch it like, oh yeah, no. But all the comments are like, Darnell this, Darnell that. Why was he in the corner? It's like, well, he had his man. It was Wallman that let the guy get the rebound. It was Monahan's goal.
Yeah.
And so I found that funny because it's like, you know, you're in the moment and you're like, what the hell is 25 doing? And then you watch it again and you go, oh no, he actually held his end of the bargain up. It was Wallman.
Do you think there could be an argument for both sides, though? Because I watched that play several times as well. And yes, Wallman lost his guy. I believe it was Matejchuk. Matejchuk?
Yeah, there you go.
And, I mean, like, Darnell Nurse is behind the net, though.
So he was following his guy.
But he was behind the net, though. Like,
so he was following his guy.
His guy walked off to the right.
He had his guy. That was his guy. I know. I would like him to now. Him going behind the net is weird, but he fulfilled his. What Belzy's saying is Darnell fulfilled his assignment. He did what he was supposed to. Now going behind the net, I don't know why he's doing that.
Well, see, and like that's the thing.
But the guy who scored wasn't his man. That's what Belzy's saying.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah. Now going, why the hell was he behind the net? That's valid. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's weird to me too. But that's what Sean's saying is like, it wasn't really his fault.
Yeah. Yeah, it was an ugly play.
It was. It was terrible defending.
It was terrible for both of Wallman and Nurse. And the last time I was on the Oil stream, I kind of ripped Nurse pretty hard, and then he followed it up with his best game I'd seen in years from him. So I don't know if that's going to happen, if he's riding the Boosh high right now, or he's good one game, bad one game, good one game. But team defense has been a struggle for this team all year.
Oh yeah.
And it's a tough watch. And I don't know what goal I hated more, that one, the Mangiapane goal, the fourth goal, just terrible, bad giveaway. And
great finish though on that goal.
It was slick
by Fantilli.
Like they capitalized on it and they looked mighty fine doing it. But again, little mistakes, and it's crazy. Little mistakes against not the best teams either. Like that game, they capitalized on it. But you look ahead to tonight, and the Philadelphia Flyers, they are second in shots, or number one in shots against, number two in goals against. So this team,
they're stingy.
They're stingy. Listening to Knobloch's pregame, he's very little chances he's expecting that will be there. You know, what he wants from the Oilers is to generate off the rush. So see if they can do that. But this is a team that does not allow a lot of shots and or goals. So it'll be interesting to see where that goes, because the Oilers
As I choke to death.
Yeah, no. Are you okay?
I'm fine. I was just going to say, boy, that sounds like a Rick Tocchet team.
Yeah. It's funny you say that, Tommy. It is a Rick Tocchet team.
It really is. I mean, they've worked their asses off and they make it hard on the opposition to get anything. And if you got some buy-in, then there you go. You're getting results. 8-5-2 are the Flyers. We'll see if the Oilers can get those chances off the rush. Philly at home, pretty damn impressive so far. 6-3-1 is their record. They've only played 5 road games so far this season, Trev.
Saying a lot at home. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's was that a fun? You traveled there. That was a fun.
Philly?
Yeah.
It's cool because it has a lot of history. It's dirty.
Is that right?
It's rough.
Really?
Yeah. It's got a lot of character.
Yeah.
But you know what? I really like the road. I enjoyed Phil. I love history. And I it's cool to see like their city hall, like it's like a square that the city hall is the main part of, and then the road around it. And then Broad Street is a huge road that is very long, and then it goes down to the arena and the football stadium and the baseball stadium are all right there. Then they built like a district, an entertainment district around there. That has cool history to it. I think Veteran Stadium used to be around there as well. The old Spectrum they tore down in 2010, 2011. Where the Flyers and the 76ers used to play. I enjoy my time in Philadelphia when I get to go there, when I was there. But it's not like clean and, like world class. It's a hardworking city.
Yeah, hardworking, passionate fans.
Great hockey fans. Great hockey fans.
Yeah, they get into it. They know how to have a good time.
They do, and they're hard on the Flyers. They are. And then the arena, they were just starting renovations my last year going there, and then it looks like they've done quite a bit to upgrade that rink, and it looks really nice now. But you could tell, like some rinks, like St. Louis, same thing. It got a big overhaul, the arena did, but you were like, ugh, this is really only a 25, 30-year-old building. It looks like it's been beat to... You know, they get super busy. Looks like it beat up, but they pumped a lot of money into it. So I don't know. I always enjoyed going to Philadelphia and covering games because I think the fans are really into it. They love the Flyers. They understand they know hockey in Philly.
Yeah,
let's put it that way. It's a good hockey market, good sports city, and I would wander around. They have like Benjamin Franklin's old house, and
no way.
They have the oldest. Residential alley or street in America. It's called Elfreth's Alley, and the space in between, they're basically like little apartments or townhomes.
Is that right?
It's like maybe like 8 feet from front door to front door.
And
people do live there, but it's like a historic street, and it's really cool. Like the Liberty Bell and all that. What is it? There's all kinds of cool stuff there.
The cool way is Rocky Balboa. He goes, that's where he's from, Philly, right?
He's from Philly, and then the Rocky statue is outside the museum. Yeah, you can run up those steps.
Whoa.
Yeah, Adrian,
that's that's what it is.
It's a neat city.
That's cool.
I think it's called Market Street. That's like their party street.
Yeah,
seen some things there. I saw like a really crazy bar fight with a bunch of ladies fighting. And you're like, wow, that was
wow,
that escalated quickly. That was vicious.
We're in Philadelphia.
Yeah, you get and the accents, and you're just like, this is real.
Yeah. Oh, that's funny, man. Yeah, definitely one crowd, a raucous crowd. The fans have always been very passionate there. Bobby Clark? Bobby Clark, right?
Bobby Clark.
Manitoba. He's from Manitoba. So all my family is, if they're not Jets fans, they're actually some Philly fans in my family. But would you say this team is in the right direction? The Philadelphia Flyers, they're on the up and up. You still think they're not making the playoffs this year?
They have good players. I mean, now they have I'm sorry, John Tortorella. I'm not a John Tortorella fan. Let's say.
I
think Rick Tocchet with talented players and a management team that doesn't mess around the same way Vancouver's does.
Yes.
I think he can steer them in the right direction. Now, he's probably a pretty demanding coach.
I think
but
so.
Guys respond well to them. I think he's probably, like, I've talked to him a few times. I think he's a reasonable guy too. Like, yeah, maybe he's demanding, but you put in a lot and you'll be rewarded by him. Like, he's an old school type of guy.
Yeah, I agree.
And I think that we're seeing a good response from these Flyers, and I think that they are going to be a tough team. I think they are going to be on the up and up. I don't know how far he can push teams, but I think he is a good coach, and I think he can draw a lot of good play out of his players, and I think he's a bit of a motivator, and he can be an inspiring guy because he did it. He did it for like 20 years in the NHL. So, I do. And would say they are on the up and up.
I'm big on Rick Tocchet.
Yeah.
He's like a modern, smarter version of John Tortorella.
I think he's much more effective as a coach than John Tortorella.
I think, he's disciplined. I think, he can, play hardball if need be, but he also can reward you as well.
Yeah.
And with players like Matvei Michkov, not really, he's got the sophomore slump right now. I can't imagine what that situation would be like with Torts steering the ship there, but
him and Michkov didn't see eye to eye.
Yeah, no, not at all. They were button heads all the time. So, it's kind of interesting and something I never really touched on, but I heard this. Trevor Zegras, he's off to a really good start for himself. If he follows this, it would be a career high in points. I think he's a point per game player.
16 points in 15 games.
Yeah,
right,
he's doing really good. And you know what? One thing he said when he joined Philly this year to start, right before it was like during a preseason and whatnot, but he was talking about it. Seasonal depression. It's weird. Did you hear about this?
I did hear about this. Go on, though. Enlighten us.
Yeah, I just thought this was interesting because I didn't think anywhere, obviously, I'm from Canada, when it's daylight savings, it gets real dark, it gets cold, you get summer, it's awesome, we love it, and then it's just winter, and winter is coming. And then
it's been very pleasant.
Yeah, this has been awesome. I'll take this. Yeah. Although we do need the snow at some point, but
it rained over the weekend.
Yeah, that was weird.
Sorry.
No, it was weird. Continue. Like compared to this winter, I got a memory from like 4 years ago. We got like a foot of snow back home, and I'm like, geez. This is not happening right now in Edmonton. But essentially, Trevor Zegras, being from he experienced winter growing up, winter kind of like what we get. And he said playing for the Anaheim Ducks for the first 4 years that he was there, he just felt like every day was the exact same day. He was like, I had severe seasonal depression. I wake up and it felt like always summer, and it just messed with me. And I never heard of seasonal depression like that before.
Me neither. I've never heard anybody say that before.
It's so sunny. I hate it. Oh, this is tough. I'd be loving it.
I have not heard any hockey player ever complain about not having seasons.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I take that with a grain of salt personally.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a thing for him. Maybe he's dialed into his seasons and it affects his ability to focus. I don't know. To each their own. Everybody's individually different. So I find that odd.
It is odd.
I don't know if he was saying it tongue in cheek. Maybe not. Maybe he was sincere about it, but he will certainly get his seasons in Philadelphia. And if that has catapulted him to playing better hockey, then fantastic. Yeah. Enjoy your seasons. It does get cold in Philly. They will get snow in Philly. He won't be able to wear shorts and flip-flops to the rink until the spring probably. So, okay. I don't know. I just find that bizarre.
It is bizarre.
Because
I've never heard that before.
Everybody who goes to those warm climates generally loves it.
Yes, they love it.
They're like, well, what'd you do yesterday? I went to practice, then I golfed.
Yeah.
It was great.
Yeah.
How are you feeling going into this game? Stressed out? No, I'm very relaxed. I'm focused on the task at hand. I'm ready to play my ass off. And
I miss the snow.
Tomorrow I'm going golfing after practice again, or I'm going up hiking in these beautiful desert mountains. It's usually the opposite effect of whatever Zegras was saying about having seasonal depression.
Yeah. So, I know. That was new to me.
That one was a new one. Interesting. I do appreciate the fact that he has a good personality. I think he's kind of a funny guy.
I think he's awesome, man. Yeah. He was in the Broberg talented draft. The Oilers selected Broberg, and right after him, it was Trevor Zegras. Talented player. I saw a reel. He hasn't been in the NHL that long, and it was like what do you call it? It showed his best shootout moves thus far in the NHL, and just, man, I'm just like, man, how long has this guy been in the NHL? Because it was like a 3-minute video. It was just goal, and not just such nice goals, man. So lots of talent, and it looks like Rick Tocchet is getting the best of him right now.
That's good. I mean, let's see how it goes. Let's see how the Oilers handle a re-engaged Philadelphia team tonight in what is hostile territory. Darcy says, "Hey Tommy, did you ever go to Bernie Perrant's bar by the arena?" I did not. There's a couple of famous bars I went to in Philly. One was called McGillen's Tavern, that is like, or Old Ale House, something like that. It's like it's an old like 2-story brick building from like the early 1800s, and it's one of the oldest running bars in North America. And they have a list on a laminated piece of paper of like all those celebrities and sports stars that were regulars there. And
that's sick.
They had Lupul, Carter, Richards, Upshaw on there.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and it's not Joffrey Lupul. They wrote Jeffrey Lupul. And then obviously a bunch of like 76ers players, Eagles players, and a bunch of Phillies. And it was just funny. I'm like, oh yeah, those guys partied a lot when they were in Philadelphia. They had a good team, good players, good time. And then there's like movie stars and stuff. So I'd gone to that one. It's a really neat place. And then the other one on Market Street. Have you ever seen the show It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia?
Unfortunately not.
Fantastic show. It's been running for like 16 or 17 years. Charlie Day is in it. Danny DeVito, really Glenn Howerton.
Oh, okay. I know the cast.
And
I know all
Rob
these guys.
McElhenney, who owns Wrexham with Ryan Reynolds.
Okay.
It's been on the air. It's a hilarious show. It's a ridiculous show. They also own a bar on Market Street. No, it's not called Patty's Pub, because in the show they own a bar, like a real dive bar.
Yeah.
They own a nice bar on Market Street that has like photos from the set and stuff like that. I've gone to that one.
Damn.
And then Philly's just a really, really neat historical city with a lot of character.
Cheesesteaks.
And there's like Pat's and Geno's right across the street from each other, and they cut their meat a little bit differently, and it's like a rivalry, but at the same time, if one's too busy, you go to the other one. And it's kind of like in Edmonton where you go, oh, I have my favorite Donair place.
Yeah.
There you got your favorite chili or Philly cheesesteak place, and you'll be like, nah, go to that place. Nah, that place sucks. Go to this place.
Yeah, no, I know the best place.
No, you got to go to my guy.
Yeah, don't go to that place.
Yeah, exactly. And it's kind of like that. And the funniest thing is, I think we went to Geno's the first time. Delicious, by the way. And the way you order is they're like, what do you want? And you go, Whiz Wit.
Whiz?
Like, Whiz Wit.
Whiz Wit.
WID. And it's cheese whiz with onions.
Sick.
Whiz Wit out. That's how they say it. And then like in the windows, I remember vividly, there was an eagle, a beautiful American bald eagle looking sternly, and it says, "We speak American here." And you're just like, okay, this is the type of place I'm at.
And then you leave.
Yeah. And like, if you're not ordering fast, they're like, let's go, hurry up. We got a big line. You see the big line over here?
So it's just like the movies.
Yeah, it kind of is. It has those spots.
Geez.
So, hi, I'll have a Whiz Wit. And okay, Whiz Wit coming right up. That'll be $9.95. And then you give the cash or you pay. And
what you doing? Give me the money.
Yeah, it's basically like that. Number 47. Yeah. 47, hurry up. Pick up your steak.
Where is he?
Yeah.
That's funny.
That's kind of how it is. And it's interesting. I find it. I'm like, Whiz Wit, huh?
Yeah.
Whiz Wit out?
Yeah. I've always wanted to go. Man, like a bucket list thing of mine is to go to at least half of the arenas in the NHL to watch some games. I've been to like to 3. And
I've been to like 30 something.
Yeah, man, you pretty well checked them all off.
Yeah, I need Seattle, the new Islanders one, and who else just got a new building? I think that's it.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you were in Detroit. You were in Detroit.
New Detroit, old
arena.
Detroit.
Damn. Yeah,
Islanders in Barclays Center, Islanders at Nassau.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All of them.
Pretty much.
Yeah, we talk about Philadelphia, their fans. They can definitely be hard on their team. We saw in the last game, kind of the Oilers, they got booed off, if I'm not mistaken.
They got booed off the ice in the second period.
Yeah, there was no audio at Selly's, so I didn't know that until I got home.
They got booed off the ice in the second period.
What are your thoughts on that? Was it warranted?
Yeah, they were playing terrible.
Yeah.
They looked awful. What were they down 3-1 going into the third?
Yes, they were.
Yeah, they played bad. They earned all those boos from the fans. And then they had a better showing in the third, climbed their way out of the hole and took advantage of Columbus kind of sitting back and got the win. I mean, obviously they got fortuitous bounces, but they earned the boos. Trev, you're watching that game. You didn't even need sound to know. People were not
absolutely,
happy.
they deserve it. It's annoying that they deserve it. Like, I feel like this McDavid Draisaitl team should never get booed. They shouldn't. And I feel like they have enough skill to never get booed, to never lose 9-1. And so it's just kind of frustrating that happened. But also Frederic.
Good on him.
He dropped the gloves.
Yep.
He got dropped. And he stood it. You know what? Good for him is the best way to put it.
Now, you didn't have audio. I don't know if they showed it, but he got a big round of stick taps from his teammates.
Oh, yeah. Rightfully so.
When they went to the penalty box. And I noted that, and I was like, that's good. And I was talking with Reed. We were watching the game together. I'm like, okay, these guys appreciated it. They gave him loud stick taps. The Columbus bench didn't stick tap for Nick Delorier.
Oh, really?
Or Matthew Olivier, pardon me. Nick Delorier's playing tonight. Yeah. But the Oilers made a point of stick tapping Trent Frederic for going toe-to-toe with Matthew Olivier, who's one of the toughest guys in the league. Yeah.
I'm surprised I didn't catch that Columbus didn't. Maybe because I don't know. No, that is a little surprising.
Yeah.
Win or lose, I feel like that's the thing.
So he stepped up, and he needs to be commended for that. Maybe it gets him more engaged. I mean, they need more offense out of him. They need him to drag them into the fight some nights. Big hit. Being tough on the opposition, playing in the opposition's equipment. He doesn't have to be a bruiser, but engage physically. Like Curtis Lazar in the few shifts he played the other night actually went and started a scrum.
Yeah.
Just started pushing guys around. Matthias Janmark got in there. Like some emotion was actually shown.
Yeah.
Now, its effect was minimal because they sucked in the second period. But then in the third, they kind of collectively woke up.
But at least you can go home and say, there was a little fight shown, and that was just,
yes.
As for fans, they showed some fight.
But they got the result. If they did get the result, it would be like, well, what the hell are they doing?
Yeah, no, true. It was obviously Frederic. Was that just pressure? The people are starting to talk. I better do this.
Yeah,
I have to do this.
I mean, these guys aren't dumb. We talked about this a bit on the postgame show. They know when they're playing bad.
Yeah.
They know when they're not living up to expectation. They understand that. Now, to dig themselves out of that and get into the right groove, let's call it, maybe easier said than done. So for him to go and do that, I think is a good sign for him. Mm-hmm. His teammates appreciated it. The fans certainly appreciate him being willing to combat and fight and drop the gloves, because that was the first Oilers fight this season.
Yes.
It didn't go great, but the fact that he did that, I think it's the principle of it that, had its effect on the team emotionally for at least a little bit.
Yeah, certainly hoping for the Oilers' case, that would be huge if he could get going here. And I remember I said this once, but it was a game in January of this year, and it was a matinee. It was Boston playing when Frederic was still on the team, mm-hmm. and he just returned from injury. And I just remember the broadcast saying, Frederic's back. Like, let's really hope. Here's hoping for the Bruins' sake that he really returns to that player that he once was. And I remember hearing this. I'm like, that's kind of interesting. And then, then the Oilers trade for him, and now he's struggling here. Like, I don't know. Like, obviously, I'm still optimistic. Hopefully, this player can turn around. But for the sake of, the team, the contract, everything, I don't know. Is it crazy to say they might have been bamboozled by the Boston Bruins, and he will never return to that player?
I don't. Sure, it's possible, right? You can never say it's not within the realm of possibilities. But it's been how many games that he's been an Edmonton Oiler? He played in the playoffs. Obviously, we knew the ankle wasn't good. He had one regular season game. Now he's had, 17? So he's played 18 regular season games with the Oilers. Yes, he got that contract. Yes, we're all baffled by why it was 8 years. But to say that Trent Frederic with 1 goal and what is he, dash? I'm looking at it here. Trent Frederic, -5, 11 penalty minutes with 1 goal in 17 games. To say that this is him, that's all we're going to see from him in an Oilers uniform for this 8 years or how many years he does end up playing here. I think that's unfair, and I don't think that's truthful. I think his game, he'll find it at some point. Maybe he's still nicked up. I have a hard time believing that the ankle isn't there, but that's just me. I'm not a doctor. I think he's had enough time to heal it up.
Yeah.
But I still think that the guy that was scoring 17, 18 goals, being a little bit more sandpapery, is still there somewhere, and we will get it at some point. Maybe he wakes up after a couple of days off in a few weeks and is like, you know what, I feel pretty good. Has a little extra jump in his step, starts playing better. Maybe he gets a goal or two. Maybe he makes some things happen out there, and he finds a little bit of confidence, and his game comes, and we start to see the Trent Frederic that those Boston broadcasters were talking about when he had returned from the injury, not broadcast you were watching. I think it's still there. He's 27 years old, Trev.
Yeah.
He's going into the prime of his career. So has he been good as a member of the Oilers? No. The answer is no. He has not been good. Do they need more out of him? 100%. But if we're just going to be like, this is it, this is all he's ever going to be, I think that's unfair and not truthful.
Yeah.
He's played 18 regular season games, a bunch of playoff games, obviously, last year. But we really haven't seen, or he hasn't had a chance to be that Trent Frederic that everybody was clamoring for going into the trade deadline.
Well said, Tommy. And I know starting off the show for the Reed Wilkins show on Monday, Reed said, well, can it get any worse? Well, the truth is it can. It can. I know a lot of people are saying it can't get any worse. Well, the truth is it can. I thought that
Reed
was funny.
is a realist.
Yeah, he is.
That's
I thought
why
that was
I appreciate
funny,
him.
how he started that. But for Frederic's case, I don't know how it can get any worse. It can only get better for him. And here's hoping that fight sparked something in him. And I thought what you said was spot on there. Do you have anything to say? Or I want to touch on 2 other players.
Yeah, I was just going to read.
Yes.
This in the nasty chat. -5, somebody say my name from Dash in the Park. Say his name, and he appears. We believe in
That's funny.
Dash. Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
Frederic's -5.
Yes, he is.
It is expected to, just watching or listening to Chris Knobloch's presser early today, he said it'll be unlikely that Zach Hyman is in the lineup for tomorrow, but he sounds pretty certain that he's going to be in on Saturday.
Against Carolina?
Yes. So that just, I know it's a few games ahead, but I look at 2 players, probably. Well, I'll just ask you, Tommy, who's getting sent down? What are they doing? What are your thoughts?
I should double check with some people, but the last I heard, likely Howard was going to get sent down. This was a couple of weeks ago. I had this conversation because we thought Hyman would be back. Remember when they said the target date was November 1st?
Yeah.
Right. And we're still waiting to find out from Janmark. And but it was told that it was probably going to be Howard. They were kind of seeing where Tomaszek was at. He's waivers exempt. You can always waive Lazar and send him down. And then, I think you probably want to keep Philp. But at the time, remember, he was in and out of the lineup. And I think that's an indicator to where the coaching staff and management sees Philp. And that's just like fourth line guy, essentially. Yeah. But Howard, I think, has become pretty clear, should get some seasoning in the minors. And then you have some options. Like, do you want to potentially lose Lazar? Let's not kid ourselves. Nobody's going to pick up Curtis. I love him.
Yeah.
He's a great guy. But he'd probably, clear. And then Tomaszek is an option. Waivers exempt. How much cap space do you want to save? Right? That's important. But I would look at those guys that have been in and out of the lineup recently that will likely get sent down. I don't think Savoy's getting sent down.
No.
I think he's, we've heard Knobloch talk about him doing the right things, liking his game, saying he's earned his NHL spot. Savoy has been around it. You know what I mean?
He has been around it.
His intention is good. He plays with intentionality, as Matt Cassian says. Just the results haven't been there points-wise for Matt Savoy, but he seems to be doing things the right way. I know his underlying numbers haven't been particularly strong. That's been pointed out on multiple post-game shows, but that's what I think happens, Trev.
Fair enough.
What would you like to see?
Well, if you're playing Ike Howard 8 minutes, 9 minutes a game, there's really no purpose for him being here. Like, what's the point at that?
Right.
And then you're just getting your fans, people just disappointed. He's not going to get in. If he's not going to get in, send him down. Let him torch it up in the minors. Give him 20 minutes a game, 18 minutes. He'll easily be slotted on the first or second line. That's the best thing for what he's being given right now with the minutes that he's had. Savoy, you just touched on him. I think recently, I don't know is this fair to say, I think the first 10 games, he was really all around it, more so than he has been lately. But the one thing I will say, he hasn't quite had the results yet. I'm tired of, he's had the chances. I feel like I was saying the same thing last year for Podkolzin. You say they have the chances and at least they're generating chances. You're like, that's great. But you just, that's what Savoy's one player I really want to start seeing him, getting on the scoreboard more. But you nailed it. He's doing the right things. He will start getting rewarded on the score sheet as long as he's doing those things. It's just tough because, and time will tell. He's getting some first line minutes with Mangiapane and Connor McDavid tonight. So that's one player I'll be watching. But I'd like to see a little bit more from him.
Absolutely.
He's got to start putting the puck in.
But it likely will eventually start to happen.
Yes.
Right? I don't know when. He's figuring out how to be a full-time NHLer. He is very early into his NHL career. That, I think we need to keep in the back of our minds as well.
Yeah.
And it is frustrating because you want to see more production. You want to see some layers and some depth to the offense. It has not really been there this year, and he's one of those guys that we're looking at going, well, you were pretty much a point-a-game guy in the minors last year. You were an all-star. Okay, do it at the NHL level. You're getting the opportunity. Not happening. What does he have? 2 points in 17 games?
Yeah.
It's tough. And you hear, we hear Cass, we hear Joaquin, we hear Belzy all the time tell us, guys, the NHL is a frickin' hard league.
Yeah, it's another beast.
Yeah.
But it's just from what you said, 2 and 17. He does not look like a 2 points in 17 a game kind of player.
He's been robbed a few times.
Yes.
He's gotten some good looks and just...
So it'll start clicking for him.
Hopefully. I think so.
I agree.
I really do. All right. Get to the... Do you have one more thing or do we want to get to the numbers game?
Yeah, let's get to the numbers game.
Get to the numbers game brought to you by Play Alberta, presenting partner of Edmonton Sports Talk. Always use your game sense when you're laying down some shekels on some bets. When you play in Alberta, it stays in Alberta, safe and secure. The revenue generated from Play Alberta is redirected into Alberta's General Revenue Fund, which is used to support programs and services that Albertans rely on every day. Use the promo code EST Casino with a $50 deposit. You get a $50 casino bonus, and EST Sports has been refreshed on the promo code side. Another $50 deposit for a $50 free bet. Now, we did over-under earlier on the Hangout, and that was just 3.5 wins on this road trip. Mark Connolly, great guest. Belzy was awesome as well. But let's go for the numbers game today. Let's go depth scoring. How much depth scoring are we going to see on this road trip? Because they're going to need it in some tough buildings. Like
a set number. Is that what you're wanting?
Or you could even give a percentage, 30% of the goals come from guys outside the top six. I'll leave it carte blanche for you.
Oh, geez.
But just how much depth scoring are we going to see on this road trip in these 7 games in some tough buildings against some good teams, some teams that are playing well? I'm talking lines 3, 4, and then the D pairings. I'll go all defense too. I'll put it into depth scoring.
Tommy, I hate to be there or bad news, but I do not think the depth scoring will be much of a factor at all in this road trip.
Okay.
Why do I think that? Well, you look who's done it. Primarily all season, the last few games, the Oilers have been down, and when they're down, it's Connor Leon. And I feel like it's tough to get involved, and for into a game when you're the third, fourth line and you're playing 6-7 minutes between shifts.
Yeah.
It's tough to get in. So I honestly would expect, man, is this crazy? This might be a hot take, but I'd expect more goals from the defense in this road trip.
I was going to say the same thing.
And the bottom six for the Oilers. I could see Bouchard maybe, getting 1 or 2 at
he needs to have
2
or more.
Yeah, he should.
I would say this week would be lovely.
Absolutely. Wallman, 2 goals the other day. That was great. Darnell Nurse, those 4 I look at and I'm more like, ooh, yeah, these guys could put the puck in the net more than anyone in the bottom 6 right now. That's my thought. So what is that? I don't know. I'd say 20% of their scoring in the next 7 games will be from defense and the bottom 6.
That sounds like a lot of 3 goals or less from the Oilers, who finally broke the 3-goal barrier for just the 3rd time the other night against Columbus, which is ridiculous through 17 games. I'll be a little bit more optimistic. I'll say they'll get 35% of their goals on this trip from the depth.
I like
more so on the defensive side. I think the defense will chip in more than the 3rd and 4th line. So I'm with you 100% on that trip, but I'll just be optimistic and say they actually get some depth scoring on this road trip. But like you said, more so from the defensive side of things. Wallman continues to stay hot. I'll predict that. Bouchard wakes up a little bit offensively. I'll predict that. And then maybe like Ekholm and Nurse chip in a little bit. I don't know what we're going to see offensively from Regula. Kulak hasn't really chipped in much offensively this year. And then, Emberson, minimal offensive contributions from him. Great job today, buddy.
Thank you.
Really well done.
Thank you.
You were jumping in this one.
I had a lot of fun, and this was, thank you so much, Tommy. I had a lot of fun. Give me some knocks. Oh, yeah.
You like that?
That's our thing right
That's
there.
how you do it. Really quickly, before we slide it over to Zach to come, Ice Coop, a.k.a. Ice Coop, who's coming up next on EST Afternoons with Nancito and Joaquin. Thank you to those that reminded me that I haven't been to the arena in Utah.
That's what it was.
Which is, Delta Center. I have not. I've been to Utah a few times. I've been to Salt Lake City. And they kind of like Climate Pledge Arena in Seattle, where they essentially kept the roof and built a whole new arena underneath the roof. In Utah and Salt Lake, they are in stages rebuilding the Delta Center. And they did, I think, phase 1 or phase 2 this summer, where they added a different pitch to the seats for basketball versus hockey.
Yep.
And it's going to open things up. And I think next year they do the top deck to make sure there's less obstructed seating. So it's kind of a new arena in an old arena's shell is what they're doing in Utah. So thank you for the reminder. Haven't been there. Haven't been to UBS Arena on Long Island, and have not been to Climate Pledge yet. Ice Coop, what's coming up next on EST Afternoons?
Yeah, it's a loaded show coming up just after this. Dustin Nielson will be joining to talk about the Oilers.
I know him.
Yes, I think we all know him. He's CEO of Edmonton Sports Talk, of course. He'll talk a bit of Grey Cup as well. And to preview the Flyers side of things from hockeyhotstove.com, Anthony Mingione.
Tony Mingione. Great guy.
Yes.
Tell him I said hi.
Yes, he'll be popping by. But Hernan and Joaquin will have a lot to say about the Blue Jackets game from Monday and leading into the game tonight as well. Should be a good one.
Fantastic.
Well said.
Nicely done, Coop. Coop's going to be along for the ride there. And on the Reed Wilkins Show with Jay Milne, I will be live on location, Boston Pizza, Clairview. Come join me for the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pre- and post-game show.
Yes.
Lots of prizes, lots of game day specials,
Tickets.
and the 170-inch screen that you can watch it. That thing is crystal clear. Lisa and Jason do a great job over at BP Clairview, so come join me. Great job today, Trev.
Thanks, buddy. This was awesome.
Well, first of many.
Yes.
Actually, you've done a couple already.
Yes.
There's going to be many more. Let's just put
I
that
like
way.
it. I like it, baby.
Nicely done. That's going to do it for the Oil Stream, presented by Boston Pizza. For Trev and the Coob, I'm Tom saying thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. See you later.